Good afternoon, everybody. It is Sunday, May 18th. As you see where I'm at, and if you're from here and maybe you don't live around here anymore, I'm at Green Meadows Park. I don't know why. Like, we were arguing with somebody the other day about that. Somebody said, "What?" We're up. Like, those of us from here are all like yelling, "Green Meadows Park." I'm gonna spin over here. When I pulled in, as you see, my car's right there. Like, there was a ton of squirrels right here. There was a bunch out here in the lawn, and I still see one. We're gonna walk down by the river, but today is National Visit Your Relatives Day. So, when I say go visit your relatives, go visit your relatives. If they live nearby, especially if they're older, go visit your grandparents. Like I said in previous videos, my grandparents have been gone a long time. They're my parents have been gone a long time. There are still today things I wish I could run back and tell my parents, especially my dad. My dad and I were into a lot of the same things, the politics, things like that, history. My dad made a point, having 4 girls, of finding something in common with each one of us. Don't get me wrong, he was pretty happy when he had some grandsons. But he made a point of knowing all the things we were into and encouraging it. It says, Harmon Partridge Fields, this playfield was made ours through the assistance of the Harmon Foundation, 1928. Dedicated forever to the plays of children and I think it's development of youth and the recreation of all. The gift of the land is the gift. Oh, eternal. That's nice. Look at this. I'm just gonna swing over here. Like I said, to those of us who are from here, this is Green Meadows. I don't know why they changed it. I don't know. Maybe it was always Harmon Park, and we just always called it Green Meadows. I don't know. But the poor guy who wasn't from here was like, "Oh, okay." I'm gonna do the sign. Park closes at dusk. We've talked about that before. No littering, no loitering. I don't know what loitering. You can loiter at a park. I'm sorry. Clean up after your dog. Absolutely no alcohol. No motorcycles, ATVs, snowmobiles. Please report any vandalism. That's always good. But back to your relatives. You could call them. You don't have to go visit them. They might be hundreds of miles away. Talked to my sister the other night. She lives in southwestern Kentucky. I tell everybody I'm her tornado buddy. Whenever there's a tornado, when she's supposed to be in her safe place, she calls me. Here's another about your pets. Here's some nice people walking the trail. Oh my gosh, he looked like Bernie from Weekend at Bernie's, but alive. That was cool. That was a great moment for today. Oh, look at the cones on that tree. That is cool. Let's go check it out before we go down by the river. I haven't been here in a few years. I want to say my nephew Dawson was maybe 2. Are they actual cones? I don't know. Are they going to be cones? Hey, if you know, let me know. Like I said, my name is Tree. I just don't know anything about trees. But, like I said, so whenever they have a tornado, which is a lot, like we talked about it in yesterday's video, wasn't near them, but my nephew Bobby, who doesn't live far away, he had a tornado, at least a warning. I haven't quite heard, because all we're getting out of Kentucky, of course, and we should be, don't take this the wrong way, is the whole London and Somerset tornadoes. Oh, look, there's a fishing lure hanging from the tree. I think somebody overcast there. Oh my gosh, is it gorgeous down here. I talk about sitting down by Kerwood Castle. This is another place. Come down, sit, just relax. If you need to think, this is a great spot. A little muddy right now. I got my shoes on that I haven't washed yet, that I last walked around Kerwood Castle with in the morning. And it's not by the castle. So, like, if you park and walk up to the castle, it seemed to have been fine. It's when you go around that there is goose droppings everywhere. It's bad. But back to your family. Family's important, whether you think so or not. I mean, everybody has that one sister, one brother, one cousin that you're all like, oh dear God. I am so lucky. Like, next Sunday I ran into my cousin Heather yesterday at Kroger's when I was getting stuff for chili. Remember I said make chili, it's going to be cold out. Ran into Heather. She says Hannah was in the store somewhere, and she said they'd gone to Myers, they'd just gone to Kroger's, and then they were going down to the meat market. And I said, yeah, we're going to make chili. And for some reason, our hamburger keeps going bad in our freezer. And what we do is when we buy it, we take it out and we put it in a Ziploc bag and we roll it. We decided we're going to double bag it and see if that works. Because that hamburger was not that old in the freezer. It should not have gone bad. And then, I keep walking right here. I think I took a picture of Dawson right here at one point. Look, it looks like an orange down there. I don't think ducks can eat orange. I don't see any ducks. Well, it's kind of a weird area. A lot of birds, a lot of squirrels. The ducks tend to be downtown where they get fed. A little breezy today. It said it was 58 out when I left. But, you know, it's supposed to be cold all week. I don't have a coat on. I have my Detroit Tigers shirt on. I know they're playing right about now, so good luck. Go Tigers. It's also International Museum Day. I don't know exactly what that means. Like, is it supposed to be go to an international museum? Or, you know, Kerwood Castle where, you know, Kerwood went to out of the country. Like, you could go there. Go visit Denise. Go say hi. Oh, look, a dandelion. And a chubby squirrel. He's a little cutie. And I don't even like squirrels. Yeah, me and the squirrels have been fighting a lot lately. So I want to show you the rock. Can you see the rock? Yes. Okay. So there's a lot of those in the river. And so there's a canoe launch just south of here. And you don't want to hit that with your canoe. Like, we talk about that for Kerwood Festival, how cool it is. But look at this. Say hello to everybody. Whatever your name is, you're eating a leaf. Actually, you're eating a helicopter thing. I don't know what them are called. I don't know about where y'all, my nephews talk about squirrels. I remember seeing my first one down there. We were in Tennessee. We were at a cemetery, a Civil War cemetery. And I'm like, what is that rat? And he goes, that's a squirrel. He says our squirrels are the size of cats. I've always lived here. So they've got a party going on up here. We're actually going to have to go back up here. There's not a lot of walking space right here. Oops, stepped in a hole. But here's actually, this would be a great place to have an event. It's off the road. It's quiet. Like, that's the pavilion. I think there's a sign up there. So let's go. It looks like a Rotary sign. And that's your view. Look at that. That would be a great pictures. We're not going to interrupt their party. They seem to be having a ball over there, so we'll check out this one. This one seems new. We'll have to look when we get over to the other one. You got two trash cans, one up there by the road. And what is this? Oh, a centennial project of the Owasso Rotary Club. And I think that's where they put the slip of paper, at least in, you know, we usually get a park in Carson City for my mom, the Kilpatrick's reunion. And we haven't the last few years, we've been doing it at a hall with air conditioning, which is nice. But we get the historical one in Shepherd for the Graces. My uncle's part of the Historical Society in Shepherd, so we have one there, which is really nice. See, party. Oh, looks like a 3-year-old birthday party. I've said before, the river kind of dries up. Usually, depending, like, was it last year or the year before in June that we hadn't had rain, like, almost, it seemed like all of May and part of June. And when my sister Darlene was here and she left to go back to Kentucky, right after she left, we got a lot of rain. But it does tend to dry up. Oh, look at there. I didn't even know we had one of these. I'm going to stop so it stops vibrating. That is I believe it's like they're called sensory playgrounds that kids can play on. Like I said, if it is, I didn't even know we had one. I know other places have them, but there's something about this pine tree, so let's check it out. It just says red pine. I really can't read that, even with my glasses on. Wasso something Rotary. But you see those benches? That's an Eagle Scout project somebody could do. Somewhere, and it might be marked. And we might have to bring Denise out to find it. She might actually know. There was a tree out here where Kerwood Castle used to write. So as you can see, like, the houses. And that's Chipman Street. So, like, I don't know what the International Museum is, but go visit a museum. It's also Emergency Medical Service Day, so EMS. Think an EMS person if you see them. If you're in Owasso tomorrow, I think from 5 to 8 at Culver's is a fundraising dinner. You go buy your food, and a percentage of the food purchase goes to Travis Snyder, who is running for Mr. Owasso. And that's a great support of a service. They're trying to put in a it's all a Shiawassee, I believe. Firefighter memorial. That probably had something on it at one time. It's blank now. Beautiful tree though. Got a robin and a squirrel over here. Imagine living right there too. I mean, it's high enough. I mean, you're not gonna get flooded, but I don't know. But it's also today is I love Reese's Day, because who doesn't? Is it me, or is the Reese's peanut butter eggs better than the cups? I do like the ridges on the cups though. God, I can't even tell you the last time I had one. Let's go check out this sign. There's another sign there for that tree. So my guess is like Rotary did those trees. Let's see. It looks like it's a mile marker. Shiawassee River Water Trail. National Water Trail. See the paddle. Mile 65. I wonder if these are all along the river. It might not be any in the city, but this is a big park. I don't know, like, we'll continue to walk, and it might just be at the end. I have nothing left to talk about, but which would be a rarity for me, for those of you who know me. But today is your history lesson. So for May 18th, in 1897, Herbert Henry Dow founds Dow Chemical in Midland. Now, if you're not from here, that probably doesn't mean a lot. I know my cousin Missy used to work for them. It's they sponsor a lot of stuff in Saginaw and, of course, Midland. What is it? Their baseball field. It's the Dow Diamond, I believe. I mean, don't quote me on that, but I've never been up there. Been to a few lug nut games. And that's been years, too. I have not been to a lug nuts game in a long time. And then a sad day for our area. On this day in 1927, so we're just 2 years from the 100th anniversary of the Bath School disaster, where a gentleman, I'm not even going to say his name because I don't think it deserves repeating, killed 38 students and 2 teachers in Bath, Michigan, which is just over the county line into Clinton County. And it's actually still considered one of the worst school disasters in history. I mean, I've heard conflicting reports of why he did it. I heard he or his wife, whom he killed, I believe, prior to doing all this, was on staff there. I heard it had to do with raising the taxes to build a new school, which to me makes no sense. Not that people like that make sense, but you blow it up, they're gonna have to build a new school. I mean, it's one of those things like you're like, what? But and I told you I was wearing my Tiger shirt. So this day in 1968, Al Kaline hits his 307th home run, surpassing Hank Greenberg as a Tiger. I actually met Al Kaline. Funny story. My sister Denise, whom I talked about just a few seconds ago. Look at that tree. Can you see all the way up? That is awesome. That's just a really cool tree. I just see some of them are down. They are old. Look, the ears are blocking a hole. So we went to go get signatures on probably a baseball card or something. And it was my dad, my cousin Marty, and I. And it was here in Owasso. I'm trying to remember where it was. Oh, there's a blue jay up in a tree. I've seen 2 blue jays this week. See a lot of cardinals, but not blue jays. And so we're in line, and Al Kaline, very nice, and he's signing these cards, and he goes to my dad, and he's like, "Hey, Bob," and Marty and I just drop, like our mouths just drop, like really, you know. He's like, "Uncle Bob," he knows Uncle Bob, and I'm like, "Yeah, apparently," like I don't know, like I didn't know that, but there's must be the lilacs I smell. I smell something very flowerful, but it was cool. Like I think I've mentioned it before. It's happened before. All right, there's another pavilion back there and a bridge. Looks like they're having a party, so we're not gonna go bug them. Actually, that'd be a great place for an event. I just see it's part of the trail. We can walk across the bridge and then walk across over. Oh, here's another sign. I guess the Rotary. Yes. But my dad knew everybody. Like, it's just weird. Like, everybody my dad ever met remembered him. So we got a little stream here that comes off the river. So there's some kids down there playing. Oh, no, they're not kids. A little too cold to be in the river, guys. Though the river is much cleaner than it was. We've got more people walking the trail. I love that pavilion now. It's like a graduation party. Oh, yeah. Durand Schools graduated, I know, yesterday. There's a house up on the hill. Look at that pavilion, though. I want to span on it so I can take a picture of it later. I like that. Never thought about that. But I don't know why this tickled me when I was looking up historical facts for today. But on this day in 1974, Ray Stevens had the #1 hit with The Streak. I'm looking, that bridge probably belongs to that house, would be my guess. But yeah, I remember The Streak. That was a big thing in the 70s, wasn't it? Like, taking your clothes off at sporting events, things like that. This really needs to be cleaned up. Like, looks like those rocks were up on the wall and the trees have kind of... Don't think that's an Eagle Scout project. I think that is an Eagle project or the Drain Commission. So if you're listening, Brent, this would be a good job to clean up. Look at this. Oh, there's a sign here. I want to get it from I don't even know if I can get it. Can you see? I'm going to stop. Look at it. It just keeps going. There's a sign here. I wonder if this is Kerwood's tree. Yes, it is. See, we found it. That is cool. Now, I don't think you can drive back. No. So if you had an event here, you would have to lug everything down. And it looks like that might just be for the street there. It looks like there's a trash can. So there might be something up there. So it's just been a long time since I've been out here. But, and I know I've said this in previous videos, in 1980, Mount St. Helens erupted. And I think from what I'm gathering from looking into this is that it erupted in it like small and then maybe a little large. I don't know. Wasn't there. I was young. I think I talked about my uncle who brought ashes and put them on me. I want to show you this. Look at this. These are roots from that tree. They're over there, they're over there, they're here. That's cool. That tree is probably older than it looks. It would be my guess then. But, so it says Mount St. Helens erupted in 57, where is it? All right, Mount St. Helens in Washington State triggers the largest the landslide in history, killing 57 people and causing over $1 billion in damage. Oh, so here's the person's graduation. That's cool. Isn't it nice? Like, you can make these things now. Back in my day, you're lucky if you got poster board with it on. You know, somebody write your name, party this way. I had mine because my parents are like, remember, I'm the youngest. Don't remember Darlene's, but Darlene graduated early and went in the Army. But Jane and Denise both had theirs out at the farm at Grandma and Grandpa's. I had mine in the backyard, and it ended an hour before I had to be at graduation. Yeah, and it was Kerwood weekend, so yeah, didn't really have much of a party. Just, that was it. But this is something that I didn't even know. On this day in 1985, Murray Head's One Night in Bangkok. The single was written by Tim Rice and ABBA's Ben, is it Anderson? And I can't even pronounce his name, the other guy from ABBA. It says it hits #3 in the U.S. And so, if you don't know the song, it goes, Bangkok, Oriental setting, and the city doesn't know that the city is getting the creme de la creme of the chess world in a show with everything but Yul Brynner. I always liked that song. I always just thought it was kind of, cool. But, Here's one for everybody. In 2001, DreamWorks Pictures released Shrek, starring Mike Myers, Eddie Murphy, and Cameron Diaz. Yeah, I mean, we all like Shrek, right? I think Shrek 3. Is it 3? Let's see, 1, 2, probably 3. Is there a 4? I don't even remember. I heard rumors there's another one coming out that where they have the kids and he makes a deal with Rumpelstiltskin. I don't like that one. 1 and 2 are fine, but after that, not so much. But this tree is making noises, so I'm assuming there's a squirrel or something up there. It's also Railroad Days this weekend. Was there yesterday, taped the parade, and I was freezing. As a matter of fact, I was so windblown because the wind was so strong and the rain was so hard that I ended up going home. Well, I went to Kroger's, then went home, and I fell asleep. I basically woke up, had some chili, and slept off and on all night. I slept until 11 this morning. It's like, wow, that's not normal. That's for me. I shouldn't say that. I sleep on an average about 5 hours a night. And then usually it's usually a Friday night. I come home from work. I go to bed and I sleep 15 hours and I'm good the rest of the year. But I was out last night. Just tells you how much the weather affects us. You know, as somebody who loves the weather, like I said, it's supposed to be cold all week. I want to get up. I don't want to pan off the play area. There's a little girl out there with her dad. But I will come over to the notice sign over here. The water from... Oh, let's check this out. I didn't even know this was here. They need a new sign. So see, there's some water down here. Looks very rusty from that. The water from this artesian well is safe to use. However, it is not recommended for drinking. It has an objectionable taste due to the high levels of chlorine sulfide. Oh, city water. That needs to be a new sign, if that's truly what it is. So we've got the welcome play area. I want to go get that. The little girl and her dad moved over. Dad, I don't mind. Little girl, I don't want in my video. Welcome. This play area has been designated for children 2 to 5 years of age. Adult supervision is required. And then there's this. The other sign is this. So so that says that area is for children 2 to 5, and the other sign says this play area has been designated for children 5 to 12 years of age. Adult supervision is required. I'm not gonna scope on it because that little girl's back over here. She's having fun, and it's more important she have fun than me videotape it. But like I said, Railroad Days. It's better today. Go out. You still got some time, not a lot, but you could get some fries. You could get an elephant ear, cotton candy, whatever you're into. Oh, check this out. The Rotary Club again. It's got all their names. I think those kids are here for the birthday party. But we're kind of, hey, look, we did the circle. Wow. I think Wednesday's supposed to be our cold day. I think it's only supposed to be like 54 or something. before it starts moving back up. I didn't see 70s in the 10-day forecast, and that was on Thursday. So it's going to be, I think it's going to be one of our cooler Memorial Days. Like I said, our Memorial Days usually has our first 90s that weekend. I don't think that's going to happen this year. I think it's going to be colder. But if you're interested, next weekend is the Lynxburg Lions Festival. I talked about that in a previous video. If I can get out there next weekend, I will go out and videotape that. Like, this is already at 30 minutes. And I know the parade yesterday, which was actually quite small, which kind of surprised me. But I think it's the weather. Like, I think there was people, like, I know usually the Kerwood Festival is usually in it, but I know the girls all said they had dance recitals this weekend, so they were not there. But there's usually more churches, more sports teams, more bands, things like that. But there didn't seem to be. Here's this one. Oh, I think he's posing for y'all. Oh, nope, we're running away. And but like, I don't know if you can see it. So he's here. There's one over here somewhere. The one we left over there, way over by the river, is still over there. There's one over there. There's two out here. I'm getting around this tree. In the parking lot here. There are a ton of squirrels out here. That's okay. Better here than bugging me at my house. They've been like eating the metal off my balcony. Okay. And that evil squirrel waited. Like, I yell at him. He doesn't move. I go in to get my shoes on to go out. And I come out. All right, where'd you go? He's down on Josephine's balcony looking up at me. And then I like get the broom. Not that I can touch him with a broom, but I'm taking down cobwebs. He jumps down from there. Jumps on Edith's car. It's like, oh my gosh. The crazy squirrels. But I want to leave you with this. Oh, here's another one right here. Can you see him hopping along? We'll probably come back out here somehow. It's gorgeous out here. Just things you don't think about that are in your own backyard. Don't judge each day by the harvest you reap, but by the seeds you plant. So make each day special. And until we meet again and we talk again, I hope you have a blessed Sunday and a great work week.